All right, hi, I'm Beck Lane, and this is something. This is Catalyst and Company. Catalyst and Company, where we're catalysts in each other's lives as well as our own. And we work at being the artists we've always wanted to be. As you can see, we're back in my bedroom / garage / art storage area. I made my bed today, though. That was pretty awesome. And I did change my clothes. The last video I'm wearing this shirt, but I have showered and done a show and put a little color in my hair because whatever. So over the past 10 days, I've done 3 different or now it's been 12 days because I took a day off, but it's been, anyway, over the past couple weeks, I've done 3 different shows, 3 different events. One was at Art Ovation Hotel downtown. The second one was at Chasing Galleries. And the third was at Vino Bistro. I don't normally do wine and coffee bars, restaurants, that kind of a thing, but I love the feel of the place, and it was a little bit of a step above, so we did that. Now, because of the shows, I went very heavy into making reels and shorts and posts and really pushing this thing online. And I have to tell you, it paid off. If you've been looking at the reels and going, oh my God, it's another one about another show. Oh, it's another one about those 2 shows. Oh, it's another one. I apologize. It's a little embarrassing to do that. I find it self-aggrandizing, which I don't appreciate. As much as I do all these stupid videos, I don't like self-aggrandizement very much. But it's something as artists we have to do. We have to promote ourselves. I've been working with this woman, Stephanie, at Gray Productions, who actually really pushed these shows, exhibits, or where the work is hanging, and I appreciate it so much. But I also, as artists, we have to do our own heavy lifting. So I didn't know how to do reels a couple of months ago, or a few months ago. I didn't know how to do them. They're basically just tiny videos, but because of Instagram, I'm able to build these short videos, add different effects, add audio, add music, and poof, I've got a tiny little video that's somewhere between 15 to, I don't go as far as 45 seconds, but 15 to 45 seconds. You can go longer, but who cares? And they're attracting more and more and more people. Now, if you thought about trying to figure out reels, and if you're thinking, well, it's not worth my time, some of my reels only get about 100 views, some get a couple hundred, some get 500, some get over 1,000. I have one that I put up, this shocked me, but I have one that I put up on Facebook that has now gotten well over 500 views. It's gotten a few hundred, I think, on YouTube, and only a few on Instagram, but it's okay, because those are all eyes, regardless of the traffic and how wonky it is, because you're not going to get, unless you're already well known, you're not going to get consistency in views or interactions with people. But it's over 1,000 more eyes that now have seen my artwork. And it's paid off in that people came to these shows, came to these openings and these nights, and were like, hey, you know, they were asking for my autograph, asking to have their pictures taken with me. It was very cool. They heard about it through another person who saw the reels. So if you're thinking about doing it as an artist, do it. Do it. It is time consuming. And it's a little bit of a bummer when you post something and like 2 people see it, which happens on my reels on YouTube all the time. I don't fit an algorithm. I don't care. On TikTok, I'll sometimes get, well, there I'll get 50 to a few hundred views, a little bit of interaction. I don't really care about TikTok. But regardless of how many views you get, it's practice on making the reels, and it's practice on, it's just a new avenue. So, okay, now I'm yammering, but I make the video on Instagram because I find that all my equipment works with Instagram better than anything else. So what I'll do is I'll make the video on Instagram, insert everything, put in different transitions, make it into a full presentation, post it, download it, post that download on YouTube, and then again on TikTok, and of course on Facebook. And so if you do that, you're going to see, unless you're already well known, you're going to see deep inconsistencies. But it does not, it is worth the effort. It is worth the effort, because now I've got people, I've got a couple funny stories in here, but I've got people at the local museum who are following me. I have people at Ringling College who are following me. The Ringling Museum, people at the Ringling Museum are following me. And because of these reels, I've had a bunch of people who who work in these different institutions who are like, we have got to work with you. We have got to work with you. And I'm like, I know. I know, because I'm an endless source of making things. I'm an endless source of painting and creativity. I just need the opportunity, and then the next opportunity, and then the next opportunity. And this is, this is how I view these shows, not as an end-all be-all. Tonight is going to be the beginning, or the beginning of everything. Ba-ba-da-ba. It's just building one step at a time, hopefully landing eyes that will say, okay, now we're going to take you up to this level. It's just constantly working towards that level, the next level higher. So we'll see what happens, but I've got two more. Oh no, I've got work going up in a theater, then I've got work going up, a show at the end of March, and then I've got a solo show in April here in downtown Sarasota. And just so you know, it'll be mid-April. It's going to be all African-American / brown and black figures that I've painted. And I'm really excited about it. In fact, I just got off messaging on Instagram with one of the people I painted, and I'm like, I want to paint more of you. I want to build a whole portfolio around you. But it just takes money, and that's the one thing that hasn't happened in these 3 shows. I actually spent most of last day kind of sick in bed yesterday, and really, as an artist, just going 3 shows, and we didn't sell anything yet. And that's what I have to remember. And we have to remember, it's not yet. Well, we're always building our brand. We're always, sorry, TV's on behind you. Always building our brand, always trying is not yet. But we don't give up. We've talked about it for 10 years. We don't give up. We just keep at it. We keep trying. Now, something funny that did happen, okay? So I'm at Chase and Galleries, and I'm all set up to paint, and I'm the first artist people see before they come in the door, which is kind of like giving a squirrel a bowl full of nuts. Just nom, 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 nom. I've got my brochures. I've got my painting stuff. I've got one of the Fridas up. I've got the 3 smaller Fridas behind me, so I can help talk about this project, the Frida project, and I have some support behind me. Here are 3 finished ones, blah, blah, blah. Giving out brochures, chit-chatting with people. And a gentleman came up to me, and we were talking. And he said, hey, did you happen to see Jerry Saltz at the Sarasota Museum of Arts and Contemporary Arts? And I said, oh, yeah. And I went total Tommy Boy Rain Man / Labrador on him. And we were talking and laughing about it. And I said I had this one man that was following me around, kind of touching, kind of keeping half an eye on me, or a whole eye, actually, while touching things. And he goes, oh, that's my husband. He described him to a T. He goes, he'll be here later tonight. And I said, he looked like he was trying to keep an eye on me to make sure I didn't shoplift, number 1, or number 2, break anything. And he goes, probably. And I go, yeah, that makes total sense. It was so funny to make that connection. And then his husband came in, and we were introduced. And I said, hi, I'm Beck Lane. I was at the Jerry Saltz talk. And he goes, oh, I remember you. And I go, of course you did, because I make quite an impression when I go that squirrely. So we were laughing about it, and he said, Jerry's going to be up in St. Pete. I think it's this coming week. Are you going? And I pointed to my scooter, and I said, that's not going to make it over the Skyway Bridge. And he said, oh, you know, that's too bad. We're having lunch or dinner with them. I can't remember. Apparently they're all good friends, and now the squirrely artist that he's just met, you know, the artist that he's just met was kind of like this at Jerry Saltz, and raised some alarms, I guess, with this museum director. And so, yeah, always making a good impression. That's me. That's me. Always acting mature and cool and calm. But it was funny to meet him, and I thought, oh, I just kept thinking, oh my God, this could have been a good deal. But really, my emotions took over. I was so excited, but to meet Jerry. But his partner and I were talking beforehand, and I said, I know that feeling. I know that feeling that Jerry has when you're overwhelmed by people, because I've had so many people show up to my shows, and it is person after person after person after person. If you haven't experienced it, it's person after person after person after person, shaking your hand, wanting your autograph, having, you know, wanting their picture taken with you, or you're taking your picture. And like at a wedding, you know, when you're the bride or the groom at a wedding, bride at a wedding, or you're at a funeral and you're the grieving family member at a funeral, it is person after person after person after person, to the point where you go, you just start to do that. So I said, you know, I could see it in his eyes. I could see it. And he was being so calm and patient with me. And yet I was so thrilled to be able to say, thank you for writing that one article about Alice Neal. Was it a year and a half ago? I can't remember when, because it was so insightful, and it was written from an artist's point of view, blah, blah, blah. I was so excited to finally be able to say that to him that I went, Tommy boy, and made an impression. But I also know what it is for the people who are waiting to say, I love your work. You know, I've experienced it, where you just, you know, you're patient and you have to be kind. We were talking about this because I've had shows where 200, 300, 400 people have shown up. I've had shows where 5 people have shown up. I've had shows where no one has shown up. Up north, it was more. I had more success, but here we were doing. We had a number of people come, especially to Art Ovation. So, as an artist, part of our job is learning to be, I don't want to say performative, but learning to appreciate the fact that people have sometimes gone way out of their way to come say hello, way out of their way to shake your hand or take your picture or see the artwork in person. And it has to be respected and it has to be appreciated. That's why, you know, we're online and we're promoting our work and we're saying, please come. And when they do, you have to be kind. I've seen a number of artists, especially famous artists online, just be like, of course you love me. And it drives me up a tree. It is so cruel and mean and selfish. And so I was really happy to have the opportunity to be able to meet people who have been watching me online, and I was unaware. I was totally unaware. Meet these people and make these new connections and say hello and hear what they have to say. Most people, everybody actually who talked to me, reinforced the work that I do, the way that I paint, the ways that I paint. They were very kind and generous. So, you know, we spend so much time in our studio that we become our own little bubble. And it's a little overwhelming. It's overwhelming, especially when you don't spend a lot of time with people. But you have to develop the ability to hear. Not that you have to take every comment, good or bad, to heart. Good or bad to heart. because it's your direction that you need to follow. You're the man in the arena. And one day I'm going to read that whole quote, and we're going to remember the whole thing, because I never do. But you're the man in the arena. The quote from, by the way, Teddy Roosevelt. How do I get it wrong? In every video. Not FDR, not Winston Churchill, like I said at one point. Teddy Roosevelt wrote, he wrote The Man in the Arena. Please look it up. Your opinion, your direction, your opinion of yourself, your direction is the only thing that matters, because you're the man in the arena. You can take some guidance from people, some suggestions, but whether people have great comments as, okay, ready? You're a genius. You're an artist, you're a painter's painter. You're the real deal, blah, blah, blah. All of that is super nice. And I appreciate it to no end. But it's going to affect my decisions about as much as the guy that says you and your artwork are vile, which somebody has actually said to me, or I could do that, or any of the other negative, belittling comments that people throw at you. Doesn't matter. The man in the arena, which is the artist, is the only one that matters. And people like Stephanie and Chasing Galleries who, are promoting the work. And what's really cool right now, by the way, and I'm going to end this in a sec, Chasing Galleries apparently have a new social media staff that they're working with. And so they've been taking all those reels that I've made, they've been taking some of the reels that I've made, and they're reposting them. People are finally using the reels, the promotions that I've been working on, for so long and so hard for so long, and they're actually using them and sharing them. So there's a reason to also figure it out how to make reels, figure it out, find somebody who knows how to make them and make them. So I'm going to shut up now. It was a really great week, and we have more stuff coming up. And I can't wait. I'm really excited. So I'm Beck Lane. This is Catalyst & Company. If you're interested in any of the work that you've seen in any of the videos, or on my website, which is posted down below, or on my Instagram page, Facebook page, blah, 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 let me know, and I'll put you in contact with one of the galleries down below. They are all listed below. Chasing Galleries here in Sarasota, Blue Egg Gallery in Fort Lauderdale, my friend Jay Louise, or Raphael Coelho in New Jersey. And all of us, by the way, I've said this a lot this week, all of us have payment plans so that we can make it work for anybody. Also, TeePublic, you can, if you'd like to help support, you can buy images of my work printed on t-shirts, sweatshirts, coffee mugs, tote bags, whatever, on TeePublic. And I just uploaded 3 of the Frida Kahlos the other day, so they're up now, and they look so friggin' cool. They look so cool. So TeePublic, those links, let me see, you get to that link through InstaBio, as well as to my website through my InstaBio, which is posted below. Patreon, where you can supply monthly support for as little as $5 a month. Cash App or PayPal. I have Cash App or PayPal as well, if you'd like to help support it. Right now I'm stymied. I'm kind of out of paint. I have no more fresh canvases left. I have 37 cents in my bank account, which is fabulous. I did 3 shows, and I have 37 cents in my bank account. But the trick is to not get deeply discouraged and step out in front of a bus. Not to get deeply discouraged, because we are working towards the next goal, towards the next goal, towards the next goal together. And eventually we're going to get to where we want to be. Eventually on this little path, we're going to get to the place we want to be. All right. Ciao. Ready, Carrie? Ciao. Meow, meow, meow. God, I'm going to go shower now.